Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Metro Detroit Improv. We're going to present for you tonight King Arthur's Return, written by Michael Micheletti. We hope you enjoyed the show, and we want to make sure that you look up Metro Detroit Improv on Facebook and see us for our different events throughout the year. We're always doing improv and a variety of different things for everyone to enjoy. All right, let's meet the cast of tonight's show.
Hello, I'm Pete, and I will be the narrator.
Hi, I'm Madeleine, and I will be playing Morgan Le Fay.
Hi, I'm Michael, and I'll be playing Macbeth and King Arthur.
Hi, I'm Tori, and I'll be playing Guinevere.
All right, well, I think this will be an exciting show. So, if you're ready, let's sit and enjoy the show.
Once upon a time, there was a noble and brave king who sought to protect all of Britain. He and a band of knights protected the land and held back the forces of evil of both human and fey kind. Like all things, however, his reign came to an end. He and his beloved were sent to the magical island of Avalon, and there they were protected by an old and powerful magic. It is said that if Avalon is in need, it shall call upon the once and future king to come to its aid. Wouldn't that be fun? But let's not get ahead of ourselves. The story begins on a small boat just off the coast of Avalon. The malevolent Morgan Le Fay conspires once more to cause trouble. This certainly won't be good. Not the story, I mean. Oh, never mind. You'll see.
Dark spirits, heed my call. 'Tis time to bring back one who fell in battle, a warrior king led by ambition. Bring forth the one called Macbeth!
I just love the magic parts. A purple and green blaze erupts on the deck of the boat. From the fire emerges King Macbeth.
By the gods, where am I?
The better question would be, when are you? You are off the shore of Avalon.
Avalon? But that is just a myth. I was told the stories as a boy.
'Tis more than a bit of truth in the old stories.
Why have you brought me here? How have... You're a witch.
I have been called so much worse. Devil, demon, homewrecker, and destroyer, to name a few. I have not been called a witch in some time. 'Tis a pleasant reminder of simpler times. You may call me Morgan Le Fay.
You have not answered my question. I am not to be taken lightly. What is the meaning of you bringing me here?
Fear not. I have a goal in mind that should appeal to you. I seek Excalibur.
Excalibur does not belong to you or me. Besides, a witch as powerful as you should be able to get the sword without any trouble.
The sword can only be wielded by a worthy king, as decreed by Lord Oberon. I cannot use it, but now you and I are bound together by my magic.
What?
To undo your fate at the hands of Macduff, I had to link our lives together. We are bound as one, now and forever. What happens to one shall happen to the other.
You have made a poor bargain. I may be bound to you, witch, but I will not help you, no matter the price. I've no quarrel with the rightful owner of Excalibur.
You are quite the fool, then. Think for a moment. The great king has been gone for centuries. You have as much claim to the sword as anyone else, mayhaps more so. 'Twas King of Scotland, they once called you, and King of Britain they may yet call you.
You jest.
Nay. So I have said it, so it shall be. You will be King of Britain, and I will be by your side.
All of England? Very well. What must I do?
You must step foot on the land of Lord Oberon, the island of Avalon.
The two found their way onto the island of Avalon, but strong magic protects the land. What can I say? Papa Oberon has high standards for the Fae. A terrible storm began to pour rain as the two made their way further inland.
This storm is mightier than a raging dragon. We must find shelter.
If a light rain deters you from your goal, perhaps you are not worthy of the bauble after all.
Excalibur is no mere bauble. It is a symbol of leadership. And this storm is no mere rain. It is as if the very gods rage against us.
Very well. What we seek is in that cave.
The two reached the cave, but instead of being met by weathered rock, the walls were iridescent blue marble.
What sorcery is this? This cave is a marvel. Rubies and diamonds fused into the very stone.
'Tis no cave, but a tomb worthy of a king.
Macbeth and Morgan Le Fay walked further into the tomb, reaching a large central room. Two massive diases stretched toward the ceiling, and between them, from piercing a small stone pillar, was a sword. 3 guesses on which sword it was.
It cannot be. Excalibur.
Do not be fooled. Such a lofty prize would not be unguarded. Take care.
I thought it was nothing more than a bauble to you.
Oh yes, now is clearly the time for jests. I cannot think of a better jest than your reign, Macbeth.
I meant no harm. I can only think to pull the sword from the stone.
Macbeth reached for the sword and with all his might pulled on the golden hilt. As he did so, the entire room began to shake. The sword glowed a bright white, and the 2 diases began to slowly lower into the room. Whoopsie! Looks like Macbeth and Morgan are in for some trouble, and we're headed for some drama on the double.
'Twas as I thought. The sword is protected. No matter. I have faced him before, and I can face him again.
Face who?
Turn to the diocese, and you will see.
Arthur. And Guinevere? By the gods, they stir!
And boy, did they ever. From the diocese, King Arthur and Queen Guinevere rose as if waking from a deep slumber.
My lady, can it really be true, or is this some cruel dream?
Husband, it is true. I know not how it is possible, but we walk this earth once more, together.
It's the magic of Avalon. Merlin spoke of the great feats that can happen here. If we've risen again, the island must have need of us. Where is my sword?
In the stone, as you have left it.
I do hate to interrupt such a touching moment, but you are king no longer. That sword does not belong to you. Your time has long passed. You don't know your place. Only a king will be worthy of Excalibur.
The man before you, 'tis king himself. I saw to it myself.
Morgan Le Fay. I would expect someone as vile as you to be behind this.
I see your memory is as sharp as ever. I promise you this, I will finally be rid of you.
How many times have you been defeated by Arthur, and this time will be no different? And who are you to challenge King Arthur?
I am King of Scotland. I am Macbeth.
Ooh, this is interesting. While everyone was arguing, no one paid attention to the sword beginning to shimmer and project an image of a glorious castle. The whole island shakes violently, drawing the group's attention.
Husband, look! The sword is showing us a vision. What could be the meaning?
'Tis a challenge. The sword recognizes Macbeth's claim to it. A race to find the sword is at hand.
The sword emitted a bright white light, blinding everyone in the tomb. When things clear up, the sword is gone. How exciting!
The sword calls to me. Macbeth, I know not what Morgan has told you, but heed my words. All that she is involved with will be corrupted. I could use an ally such as yourself. Join me, Macbeth. I have been king too long to kneel before another man, even you, Arthur. Excalibur belongs to me. Morgan, can you use your magic to aid me?
Finally, you are showing why you should be king.
Morgan casts a spell which causes her and Macbeth to disappear from the tomb, leaving Arthur and Guinevere alone.
We must make haste. We cannot let foul Morgan have the power of the sword or the island. I fear even now we may be too late.
All is not lost. Merlin said that Avalon resists the use of outside magic. Morgan's magic will not have helped the upstart Macbeth much. Even so, we must make every second count.
Arthur and Guinevere make their way from the tomb into the magical forest of Avalon. I wonder who will make it to the castle first.
I had forgotten how wondrous the land of Avalon is.
It is a gift from Lord Oberon, King of the Fairies. It may be beautiful, but the land itself protects itself from danger. It, like its king, is vulnerable to only one thing. It took all of Merlin's studies to discover this weakness.
What could hurt the island?
Iron. It's the only thing that can stop the island's magic.
Do you think that we will need to protect ourselves from Avalon itself?
A good king must keep in mind anything that could help. In addition, I believe the castle in that vision was Oberon's.
Husband, wait. I need you to promise me something.
Anything for you, my lady.
Promise me that you will not get hurt. I have been given a second chance, and I do not wish to imagine life without you.
I will not fail you. You have my word. We should continue. Oberon's castle is not far.
So the former king and his lady made their way to Lord Oberon's castle. Thankfully, the old stick in the mud wasn't there. Though you didn't hear that from me. Let's just say he isn't exactly happy with me, but never mind that. Inside the castle, King Arthur and Guinevere found the main hall. There, sitting in the throne, was Macbeth and Morgan leaning against the chair. In his hand was Excalibur.
Oh, we're too late. That villain has gotten here before us.
All is not lost. The sword may be in his possession, but look, it does not gleam when he holds it. I do not think it's accepting Macbeth as king.
Don't stand in the shadows. Come kneel before your new king.
I do believe they are sulking, Lord Macbeth.
As you wish, my king. We will play this game for now. As we kneel, I'll draw their attention. Do you see those iron shields on the wall?
While they're distracted by you, I'll grab a shield. If that witch uses her magic, I can deflect it back at her.
In the confusion, I should be able to wrangle the sword from that old snake. Now that you stand before me, Guinevere and Arthur Pendragon, I will be lenient. Swear your allegiance to me, and I will spare you and your lady. Now kneel. Kneel! As you once told me, I am a king, and I will not kneel to another man. Very well, then. It is death you have chosen.
I must admit, I had hoped you would resist. A few fireballs shall end the great Arthur Pendragon.
Morgan began to fire magical green blasts of fire at Arthur, who was able to dodge. Guinevere grabbed a shield from the wall and approached the throne. Now things are getting good.
You vile, venomous vulture, you were never more than a conjurer of simple tricks and easily defeated. You cannot defeat Arthur, and you cannot stop me.
How tiresome you are, Lady Guinevere. I will revel in destroying you, if for nothing else than to see the sorrow on Arthur's countenance.
Careful! She has a shield. She's deflecting your blasts.
Guinevere's shield reflected the blast back toward Morgan. Meanwhile, Arthur struggled with Macbeth. This is not what I expected.
It's time to put an end to this farce. This is impossible. I had Excalibur. I was king.
Guinevere picks up the sword? No, this is all wrong.
Arthur, I have the sword. The nightmare is finally over.
No. Enough is enough.
Where is that voice coming from?
It's coming from me, you dolt.
Who the devil are you?
'Tis Puck, one of Oberon's children. Be weary was a trickster from what I recall of him.
Correct, dear Morgan. I have been watching with bated breath as this story played out. There were certainly some highs, but far too many lows for my taste.
You are manipulating us.
Manipulate is such a strong word. Accurate, but strong. Look here, Big King Arthur. Let's call this a rehearsal, a dry run. You did your best, sport, but need to redo this whole thing. It's not you, it's me, okay? So how about I use Papa Oberon's magic and reset the world? It is, after all, just one big stage.
I can't let you do that. We're not the playthings of you or Lord Oberon.
Sorry to hear that. Afraid them's the breaks, kid. Don't worry. It'll be much. What is that terrible sound?
It is the sound of Excalibur hitting iron. Oberon and his children are weak to it. It is not you who can control us anymore.
All right. Just stop banging that shield. What do you want?
Take Macbeth and Morgan Le Fay far away from this island, where they can't do any more harm. And you trickster Puck, leave this island and don't mingle in our affairs ever again.
All right, if that's what you want, Puck knows how to leave with grace. Macbeth and Morgan Le Fay will be gone without a trace. But don't assume you won't see Puck. The child of Oberon loves to run amok.
They're gone. What shall we do now, Arthur, my husband?
We've awoken in a new age, a new world, and with new problems. I don't think that this was the only reason Avalon brought us back. We have to do our best to help where we can.
As we did in the past, we shall do again. And I will be by your side through it all.
That is how the great King Arthur rose once more. What he did is another tale. For now, this tale is done. The end.
Well, thank you for watching King Arthur's Return. We hope you enjoyed it, and stay tuned to Metro Detroit Improv for further shows and different pieces that we'll be offering. Thank you and good night.
Thank you.
Night.